So, how we doing? Well, that's all right.
What song or word do you think represents TY best?
Fabulous.
Crazy.
Surreal.
Just interesting.
Easy. Boss.
Funny.
Happy.
Exciting. Vibes.
Fun. YOLO. Like chaotic.
Great memories. Spontaneous.
Great crack.
Superb.
Fun.
Interesting.
Just outstanding.
Surprising. Positive Attitude by John Gallen.
John Gallen, 1970s, Positive Attitude.
Are there any subjects that you enjoyed more than you expected? Like the modules or the subjects that you had a chance?
Enjoyed physics more than I expected.
Economics. Just
economics. Home ec. When I did it was actually very fun. Probably geography.
King of class.
Chemistry.
World War II subject by Mr. Collins.
Technology.
Technology
Yes.
was good.
Yeah.
Probably home ec.
Yeah, home ec, good.
I think engineering by Mr. O'Byrne.
It would have to be computer science maybe. I thought that it would be terrible, but I actually really enjoyed it and it's very interesting.
Chinese and visual merchandising as well.
Music.
Home ec. Sculpturing was very fun.
Construction.
Religion. I enjoyed English with Mr. Healy.
I think Chinese probably.
Mr. Collins, like secret information or something like that about history.
I enjoyed computer science a good bit.
Archaeology more than I expected.
Probably music with Miss Moorcross.
I like ag science. I actually ended up doing that. I'm doing that for leaving now. I didn't think I'd like it. It was actually grand. I really liked computer science. I liked politics.
I actually enjoyed art.
Archaeology probably.
Probably agricultural science.
Who would you say is the funniest student this year?
Jack Winham, Harley or Apple.
I thought Jack Quinlan was very funny.
Jack Quinlan.
Jack Quinlan, definitely.
That Jack Quinlan fella. Good guy.
Probably Jack Winham.
What's a Jack?
Sounds like as well.
Jack Nally.
Martin Foray.
Definitely Leon.
David Brown.
Seamus Gavin.
Leon Cullen, yeah.
Gotta say Tony O'Byrne.
Okay.
Funniest student, Rory.
Daniel Ligua.
Obviously Noah Bowman.
Probably have to go with Tristan maybe.
Definitely Daniel.
Thank you. Jack McLaury or Jack Quinlan or maybe Alex Campbell, maybe give me the shout.
Lawrence. Yeah, Lawrence. if he doesn't win like the student choice award thing, I swear. Oh, yeah, Lawrence. That'd be murder. Has to be.
I have to go with James Sweeney.
I'd have to say either Adam Dunn or Mark Meany.
When Abdul was in, he was pretty funny.
Has to be Casper. Michael Keneally. Or Michael Letter.
Luke Armstrong.
Leon.
Funniest person to always Jack Quinlan.
What was the funniest moment in TY?
Oh, the funniest moments. We were in Delphi. One of us is a very deep sleeper. He decided to set a very early alarm. It woke all of us up and he didn't wake up and it went on for about 10 minutes and he never woke up.
During our Footloose rehearsal, Lizzie was dancing on stage and she kicked the light off the stage and it shattered everywhere. During the whole Night for a Hero dance and Megan's hair got stuck in Victoria's mic, so she had to like dance like literally like this the whole time. My funniest moment is during a rugby blitz. Grace was running at the sideline. She got absolutely tackled out of it onto like our school side is moving.
There was a robbery.
Confidential.
A whisper incident.
Yeah. Jack Quinlan, we're on to you.
Despicable behaviour.
Probably during the teachers versus students handball match. I think it was Alex Jackson's goal where he begged the keeper and when he wasn't even looking. In Delphi, I was in a room with Nally. I didn't know, I knew he brought his PlayStation, but I didn't know he'd set it up already. And I walk around and he was a full setup. He had the PlayStation, he had his Alexa, and he had music on, a full stash of sweets on the side thing up on his desk as well, and then he had the projector projecting the PlayStation, the UFC onto the bed, so I'd say that's the funniest thing I've seen.
Probably bringing sorry, the Spanish into that.
Yeah.
We got come in and act as somebody he wasn't.
In Delphi,
Allegedly, someone was banging on the walls at like 1:30 in the morning.
we were bashing the walls and the ceilings at 2:30 in the morning.
Then I slept through it.
And Miss O'Reilly and everyone working there had to come and quiet us down. Huh?
And I get woken up by two of my roommates. I just got timed to wake up, we're getting sent home. No idea what had happened.
When we were in the change rooms prior to, or after our Footloose, Jack Quinlan performed Magic Mike, and we all got around the table to cheer him on.
So I was on my way to Spanish on the crutches. I sat out in the canteen waiting as someone collapsed beside the elevator. Daniel McGee and Sean Weldon came out and they were like, we'll bring you upstairs, like we'll carry you. They start carrying me. It was the funniest thing ever. And then halfway up the stairs my phone fell out. Comes up and like, whose phone is this? I'm like, and then I just went back to class as normal.
In Iceland, when Jack Quinlan and Ben Mulvaney broke the bed. But we fixed it after, so don't come at us for that.
He's just a bird.
In Delphi, we took one of our roommates' mattresses.
So we put his mattress in 3 different rooms, but everyone saw the mattress, but then there was like pee stains on the mattress. So we peed both sides of the bed.
A couple of the night guards saw and they just didn't stop us.
Mr. Dooney knocks on the room at like 10:30 and he's like, are you guys missing a mattress in here? And then Oisin opens the door, he's like, yes, yeah.
When we were in the Delphi canteen, Lizzie was sitting on one side of the bench and then Amy got up and then the whole bench went flying, so she fell off.
It was either Harley or Daniel, and Jack Quinlan flipped Mr. Kelly in the musical. But there was something else, because of Mr. Kelly doing a flip, I thought it was gas.
It was in the Gale Talk. I went to the bathroom, brushed my teeth before we went, and I just heard a scream. I go back to the room, and I see Dara just laying in the bed, and it's broken. Tragic for me, because I had to sleep on the floor.
Now, you broke a bed in the Gale Talk, but Noah Boland is also allegedly to blame for the bed.
He is partly to blame.
Who actually broke the bed?
Well, he was lying on it. It was his bed. Was it his bed?
It was Tristan's bed.
It was Tristan's bed. So I had nothing to do with Tristan, but it was yeah, I was lying. No, he was basically, he was sitting down on it, and then I jumped on it. Sorry, lay down on it. And it just collapsed, so he was, I think he was partly to blame.
Who's responsible for the bed?
Dara.
100%.
100%.
You had nothing to do with it?
No.
My funniest moment was in Delphi. I woke up, I went to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. Comes back and somehow my mattress was on the floor. His mattress ended up on the floor outside our room.
How did that happen?
I was asleep, so I couldn't tell you.
Probably when we were doing the podcast, me, Ellie and Pamela and Sarah had to interview Luke. We only had like a few minutes to prepare before because they banned him leaving or something. So we were interviewing Luke, but he got really overwhelmed. He started crying. But he was like laughing so much that he started crying, and then he kept crying. And then we kept interviewing him and they wouldn't stop. So we interviewed him for like, there's like a 3-minute video somewhere of just Luke standing in the corner crying and us trying to interview him.
Probably in Delphi. It was late at night. I went to someone else's room. I hid in the shower, had them call me in for a roll call, and then I was stuck there for like 6 hours. And then finally, at like 1 in the morning, I opened the door, but they had cameras looking, they had the night guards, yeah? And he was shouting at me every time, so I'd open the door and he'd say, "Hey, get back in your room!" So what I did was, I opened the door and we had decoys, so the people came alongside me and then I sprinted down the hall and it worked. He thought I'd come out of the room I was trying to get in. Genius.
As a member of the student council, you're in charge of making changes to the school. So what changes are you looking to make into the future?
Well, better benches, improvements possibly to lunch, just general stuff like faulty stuff.
You're very well known for going to the gym in the school. So what words of inspiration would you give to anyone that's starting up the gym?
Stay consistent. If you think you're not seeing progress, you definitely are. Stay dedicated. Fix your diet as best you can and just train as hard as you can.
Your dad's a pretty famous local music artist.
You bet, yeah.
He's known for releasing his debut single of 1970s.
World's best, yeah.
Would you pursue a career in music in following of your dad?
Me personally, no, but you know, some other people might.
You joined rugby about a year ago now, isn't it?
About a year and a half.
Yeah. If you were talking to someone now who's starting rugby for the first time, what advice would you give them?
Just listen to what the coach is saying, you'll get there eventually.
What was your favourite mural in the school, considering like you did murals?
The one from Miss Hickey.
Yeah, Miss Hickey.
I think our Lego one.
Yeah.
I only done one mural and it's not even done. So.
Okay.
No.
Spider Woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one that we're doing, the
I-
butterfly.
yeah.
The best one.
I like
Finally.
that
Yeah. Well, we did this lot, but it's still
Very
not
slow.
done. Every teacher keeps walking by and saying that it's never getting done, it's never getting done. But I like Dylan and Ella's and Bethan's. It's like outside the science room. It's like all the science teachers, the elements.
Yeah.
Their mural's really good, but I enjoyed doing the one with Maisie and Cleve and all. It's like 2 unicorns. So.
Which did you find was more enjoyable? Your stuff with the rugby team or the musical?
I thought the musical. I thought it was good. Because like I always play rugby. I do it for club. And
So
I've
it's
done it for years, you know. But the musical was different.
It's kind of just something you do every week. The musical is really good and met new people. So yeah.
What was your favourite part of the musical?
Oh, secretly rehearsing with Mr. Goodman for a dance scene, and no one knew what was going on. No one apart from me, Mr. Goodman, Jamie Gren, and the Smokehouse. Great.
What was your favourite trip in TY?
I'd say Delphi.
It'd have to be the Delphi one.
I'd have to say Delphi.
The Delphi trip.
Probably Delphi.
Delphi.
Oh, definitely Delphi.
Probably Delphi.
I'd say Delphi as well.
Probably Delphi.
My favourite trip was Delphi.
Definitely Delphi.
Delphi was solid.
Delphi.
It's got to be Delphi.
I would have to say Delphi.
Delphi. Delphi.
Probably Delphi.
I think go Delphi.
I feel like
It has to be Delphi.
Any particular reason why?
Skull crack.
Funny moments, fun memories, met new people, you know.
the room was fun. It was a good like bonding trip for us.
Yeah.
We got to go up the whole entire school year.
So much funny stuff, you know.
I think the Abbey Theatre was good.
Any reason why you
We got to
chose
act
those?
out my friend's dad getting sent to prison.
Probably Iceland. And then Iceland, just the views were great.
Probably jump zone.
First trip, jump zone. No, it was all bouncy castles, good fun, shuffling people around the place.
The rowing championship. Rowing was good. Got first place every time.
Every time?
Every time. All races.
Going diving. That was pretty fun.
Mine was the Botanic Gardens and Casino Marino. I don't know. It was so much fun walking around. We actually got a picture with some random Spanish woman, believe it or not.
Oh, yeah!
She came up to us. It was
me, Zoe,
James,
Luke,
and
and
Luke. And she just goes, "Oh my god, real authentic Irish people," and took a picture with us. It was crazy. That's in someone's photo album somewhere.
Personally, it would have to be the Gaeltacht trip at the start of the year, which I attended with many friends, and I found that very enjoyable.
I'd say Gaeltacht. I enjoyed it because we had no phone. That was kind of good. Just chats at night were good.
I think the contribution to the Irish language as a whole was very good. The people I spent time with was incredibly very kind to me, you know, and I learned a lot about them, such as Daniel McGee, Sean Weldon. You know, those are people I didn't know at the start of the year, and I got to know them much better as they were in my room.
If there was one teacher who you would thank for making TY so great, who would it be?
Tony O'Byrne.
Miss Fitzpatrick.
Probably Mr. Goodman.
Mr. Heaney. Hands down, Mr. Heaney. Good crack with him. Yeah, you know exactly.
Miss Nina for bringing us on all those trips.
Miss Domgan, Miss Byrne, probably Mr. Roberts.
Sure, I'd say Mr. Collins. Because he did ag science and I enjoyed the subject.
You picking ag science next year?
Yeah.
Mr. Kelly, the maths teacher.
Mr. Canolti just like sound, you know. Mr. Farrell, he's a funny guy. Mr. Slevin, he's just interesting to talk to.
Definitely Mr. Cray.
Miss O'Reilly.
Yeah, Miss O'Reilly
She's
is
really fun.
I'd say Miss Delaney and maths. She definitely made maths a lot more enjoyable for TY.
Mr. Dooley.
Mr. Collins, the new history teacher. Miss Ryan.
Miss Ryan, yeah. Or Mr. Healy.
I would
Mr.
say
Daly.
Mr. Daly or Miss Donegan.
Yeah. Mr. Daly just like he's just
King.
himself. He's so
Yeah, he's
funny.
such
He's
a
like
king.
he's always just honest. That's funny.
Probably Miss McBrady because Lego was fun.
Mr. Canolti, just because he's the goat. And Mr. Goodman.
Mr. Goodman's always good. Miss Menton's nice.
Mr. Whelan and Mr. Maloney, 100%, and Miss Morcos.
Mr. Goodman probably mainly. He looked out for me a couple of times when I needed it, which was nice. Definitely Mr. O'Byrne. He's just a very interesting person.
Mr. Farrell.
Personally, you know, Mr. Goodman, a fabulous man, excellent rugby player.
Canolti. Definitely Canolti.
Goodman as well.
Goodman and Canolti.
He brought us on all the rugby trips. Go and see the
Mr.
girls' rugby
Mr.
trip.
Goodman, yeah.
Miss O'Connor to make Spanish very fun. Miss Donegan, she's very good with headstrong as well.
Mr. Goodman, Miss Kenny.
Definitely Mr. Whelan.
Mr. Healy, he was good crack.
Oh, Miss Nina, definitely. She ran the all active flag.
Mr. Goodman.
Mr. Goodman.
Mr. Dayton.
Miss Donegan.
Kenny. Miss Kenny.
Miss Donegan.
Miss
Miss Maloney
Owens.
and Mr. Whelan. And Mr. Goodman, yeah.
Now, if you had a time machine to go back and you had to choose again whether to do TY or not,
Yeah.
would you choose to
I'll
do
do it,
TY?
100%. Very fun year. Met new friends.
Definitely, definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely.
Probably yeah. It's been a good break from the junior cert.
Definitely would.
Oh, 100%, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I would.
Kind of get a break from junior cycle.
Oh yeah,
I did.
100%.
I would, yeah.
Yeah, I would, yeah. Oh yeah, no, 100% I still do.
I think I would still pick the.
No.
No. Really?
No, I'm joking. Obviously. Yes, yes, I would do TY. Yeah.
Okay. Are there any students you reckon has come out of the shell this year?
I'd say all of them have, to be fair. Like a load of the students like getting involved. Harley for sure came out of a shell. To be fair, it was a pretty big shell to come out of because he was very quiet beforehand.
Oh, Kyle.
Kyle Doherty?
Yeah.
Daniel's come out of the shell a lot. He's really become quite a confident young man and quite funny, but coming into his own where he knows where he can back himself up. I'm delighted to see him really come out of a shell. That's my main thing.
Thank you.
Leon, definitely, I think. And I actually met him outside of school a few times. And he was very nervous and reserved, but I think as the year went on, he kind of came out of a shell.
Funnily enough, Sean, I'd probably say it's you.
Thank you, miss.
Yeah, because I had you on the playing module, on the music module, and you didn't say a whole lot. And then suddenly I managed to find those piano skills, and you did a brilliant job in musical.
Yeah, Oisin Broderick is a great student. He was always really good in French class, but he was very, very quiet. But this year, he's still quite quiet, but he has come out of his shell a lot. Great to see him getting involved and doing jobs for teachers and coming into his own.
Students that didn't have a voice at junior cycle for whatever reason definitely found their voices this year.
Anyone you'd care to give a special mention to? Or?
Grace Fallon, Lisa.
I won't be specific, I don't think it's fair, but what I'd say is the students who benefited most were the students who thrown themselves into things, like yourselves, who got involved in as much as possible. And I would say every student definitely benefited from TY, too many to be specific.
Now, what was your favourite trip this year?
Delphi, definitely. Getting to go back out to the west of Ireland and just being in nature again, it's what I really loved.
My favourite trip was with the active flag group to the rowing competition. It was a great day. It included boys and girls. Everybody got stuck in and we won.
Delphi was go crack. So it was.
Dashka went to TY's and pictures.
So, and I'm sure every TY yearhead says its favourite trip was actually Delphi. I did the bog run with a couple of students, and to say that we got thoroughly involved would be an understatement.
Our trip to the Abbey for tour and workshop.
It's Delphi. It's always Delphi. It's the best trip. I love doing the activities. I really enjoyed going canoeing this year. We got to see a seal out in the middle of the fjord. I love that you're covered in muck. You're up in the trees, you're everywhere, you're doing everything. I think it's just a great trip. It's really, really nice.
Would you like to talk a bit about the musical?
What can I say? It's something that I think is really important in a school because it brings you all together as students and you get to know students in other year groups, which I think is fantastic. I think Footloose as a musical for me is definitely one of my favourites because it's got the most amount of music and the least amount of lines. I think all the TYs should get fully behind it.
What was your favourite part of the musical?
Changing the dance less than a week beforehand because James injured himself and adding Daniel and Jack in their starring turn in it.
What was your favourite part of being TY coordinator this year?
I love that we're back to normal this year, that we could get on the bus, we could go on trips. And I love reading your portfolios at the end of the year because I get to see all the things that you guys loved and everybody is so individual. There's so many different things that you've done and I love reading about it.
What are you looking forward to the most going into senior cycle?
The thing I enjoy most about being a yearhead is watching the individuals in the group developing and like seeing you go on and progress into young adults in sixth year and seeing you being able to have a goal and then achieve it. That's what I find most rewarding. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing how well you do in fifth and sixth year. I'm really looking forward to seeing you pick your chosen fields and then achieving that.
And what was this year like for you?
Really enjoyable. Really enjoyed working with this year's group.
All the TYs, fair, they were all very good at getting involved and getting into things, yeah.
I think there's a great sense of friendship among this group.
Great bunch of kids.
I think the TY here has been amazing. I love all the things that we've done in music.
It's one of the best TYs in the last couple of years.
Are you going to miss this next year?
I will, dearly.
Yeah.
You worked great as a team together, you included everybody and you got stuck in and you did an amazing amount of work for me to get the active flag, so well done all round.
In my 4 years as your year head, this was definitely the most enjoyable. Probably because of all the things that happened in first, second and third year. This was probably the first year that you had a proper run at a school year, and it was absolutely brilliant to see you develop as a group and all the different students getting involved in all the different activities, seeing people making new friendship groups, and seeing you as a group, I think, connecting better than you ever had connected before. And I think that's going to be huge for you going forward in the future.
You've been a great year group to work with. You're such nice characters. I think you're going to rule the school in 5th and 6th year, and you're going to be such an amazing bunch of seniors to have for all the younger year groups to look up to. I know you have a great relationship with all the teachers. There's so little complaints about you this year. It's wonderful. And just thank you to you guys for all your hard work in TY, and thank you to all your teachers as well.
Well done. It was a really, really enjoyable year for me, for the tutors, for all the teachers who taught you. The teachers have got to know ye as a group in a totally different light than the 3 years that went previous. You took the idea of transition year and you completely ran with it. So congratulations, well done. And that's to everybody in TY.
Jitterbug. 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 You put the boom boom into my heart. You set my soul sky high when your loving starts. A jitterbug into my brain. Goes a bang 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 till my feet do the same. But something bugging you, something ain't right. My best friend told me what you did last night. Let me sleeping in my bed. Well, I was dreaming, but I should have been with you instead. So wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Wake me up before you go. And don't miss it when you hit that high. Wake me up before you go. Cause I'm not planning on going solo. Wake me up before you go. Take me dancing tonight. Tonight I wanna hit that high. Yeah. You take the grey skies out of my way. You make the sun shine brighter on a Doris day. Turn the bright spark into a flame. Make my beats per minute never been the same. Cause you're my lady, I'm your fool. It makes me crazy when you act so cruel. Come on baby, let's not fight. We'll go dancing, everything will be alright. Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. You're way too beautiful, girl. That's why it'll never work. You have me in denial when you say it's over. Them all these beautiful girls,
Watch your time.
they only wanna do you dirt. They have you in denial when they say it's over. I'm actually stretching.
He's stretching, he's up
I'm stretching. Yeah, I'm stretching.
Sorry. Is there any? Are there any teachers you would say made TY better? Any?
Absolutely.
Done again. How are you?
yeah.
Oh, he knows his cows.
I do know my cat. Imagine that. He's from
Lisa. Cut that!
You know, we've got you to say Lisa. You can just get you saying Lisa. Yeah. Now, if you were to describe TY in one word, what would it be?
Exciting.
Greatest of word.
One word.
You can pick two.
Good luck.
What's the
Thanks, Leon. You enjoyed that, didn't you?
Turn down a bit because
Oh, Harmon.
Out of hope. One more bad break could bring a fall. I am wrong, but somewhere to cry. There are many like them than I am now. What message is in me? What will its effects be on my country? On the society? On mankind? On the world? Am I talkative? Am I negative and positive? These are not my questions, my feelings, my weather. Let me think over for some minutes. Would you ever own down across the own Catherine? Did you ever put your hand down one? What do you mean? I think you put. I had calves.
Gently down the street. Merrily, 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 life is up the street.
Instrumental break. When you hear the music, you make it dip into someone else's pocket, then make a slip, steal a car and go to Las Vegas. Ooh, the gigolo pool.
Okay, Delphi.
Is there any reason why?
Hanging out by the state line, turning holy water into wine.
Try that again.
Oh my God! Psychedelic reading your I'm thinking of you. You're out there, so.
And what about if you had a time machine? And you could go back in time.
Yeah, you had a time machine. I had a time machine, I could go back and do it. Go back and do it all again.
The question is, if you had to go back
yeah,
and
go
choose
back,
to do
would you
TY
choose to do TY again?
Yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really want.
You start before the music. So you follow this orange line. See how the orange line goes.
Oh yeah.
Joe, look.
I was one of that.
Joe, look. Do you know how it goes?
Yeah, I'm looking at the lyrics, Leon.
No, do you know how it actually goes though?
Oh, I'll tell me what I want, what I really, really want.
So tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
I'll tell me what I want, what I really, really want.
So tell me what you want, what I really, really
Outtakes,
want.
the outtakes. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. What's your favourite school lunch?
Oh, curry.
Okay, right. There's one word you could use to describe TY. What would it be?
Hey lads.
What would you say is one of the funniest moments of TY?
Well, currently Jack Quillen is touching his belly while looking at me.
One last thing, Mikey. What's the story? You alright?
I'm grand, buddy. What about you?
Any news?
Nah, yourself. T was in it's good.
When was it? We have to
Now, are there any pet peeves about your mural team that you would like to air out?
I just hate big earrings. Like it's just not it.
Fake lashes, don't get me started. Just fake lashes.
And
mullets. Oh no, I can't do that.
Fake tan. Just fake tan.
What was your funniest moment in TY?
My said he wanted to punch the head off.
Funniest moment, I believe, said to they want to dig the head off him. So I think that was pretty funny hearing about that.
Further detail.
Okay.
It's
No elaboration on the whisp incident. Well, I know all about the.
It was horrific.
It's
very bad.
It's
bad day for
in,
Paris
like-
that day.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, it was a sad day
They
for
took a
Paris.
couple whispers.
No, they didn't just take whispers. They took
Well, they
them
took-
arms as
I
well.
know, but like, all they did was take a couple of
The
suits.
dignity was taken after that.
Did you see the video as well?
Yeah,
I
I sadly
did.
did see the video.
I filmed that.
Oh, good for you, Daniel.
You are
my fire.
My one desire, believe when I say I want it that way.
Jeff, funniest moment. The funniest moment from the interviews. Noah Boland's interview was just hilarious.
Oh, yeah, I think Noah's in general was.
I think at some point during the interview you can actually hear me like croak and laugh. Rory Gavin's interview was really good.
It took a while to start, and it kept
going wrong.
It kept going wrong for Rory's interview. He was the first fella to come up to us. Yeah, but he brought a lot of energy. He was the first. I'd say doing the karaoke was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah, the karaoke, doing the karaoke at the end. That was. We got Miss Morecross along. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of clips that need to be shown.
Yeah, the actual thing.
Cheers for book.
The documentary crew.
Something else?
Are you not in their class? Skit coin, the coin that will send your family into generational debt. The coin that you buy high and sell low. If you struggle from a substantial living wage, buy skit coin.
I'm broke now. Thank you so much.
I want you to know that deep down inside of me, you are.
Why was it closed?